Hi everybody, Scott Cunningham, Cunningham Realty. Thanks for taking the time to stop in and check this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at May of 2026. Right now it's June 2nd of 2026. We're going to take a look at May, how last month did. And most of the information we're going to do is, most of the information I'm going to give you is going to be comparing May of this year to the previous month, obviously April, and also to the previous year, May of last year. So let's take a look and see how things compared. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about is interest rates. We took a look at these companies' websites, just did it this morning, and we don't do anything fancy. We just go on their websites and see where they're at. This is by no means a guarantee that you can get a loan, that you can't get a loan. It doesn't mean you're going to get this rate. You might get higher, you might get lower. So again, what this is just off their website, 30-year conventional fixed rate loans. You can see that as of this morning, RCU is 6.5%. So at the beginning of May, they were at 6.25. So what we're doing is we're just kind of comparing, not necessarily May to April or May comparison to May of last year. What we're doing is we're comparing what's happened to the interest rates today in comparison to roughly 30 days ago. So again, RCU is at 6.5 right now. A month ago, they were 6.25. So throughout that month of May, they went up, went down, went up, went down. But all in all, right now, they're about a quarter percentage point higher than they were a month ago at this time. U.S. Banks is 6.375 as of today. A month ago, they were at 6.125. So obviously, that's, what is that, a quarter percentage point up. Nicolet Bank was at 6.625. They were at 6.375 a month ago. Wisconsin Credit Union, same thing, 6.625 today, 6.375 a month ago. WIDA, their first-time home buyers program, they were at 6.25 today. They were at 6% a month ago. All of these rates throughout the month, like most months, they went up, they went down, they went up, they went down. I think that in May, the highest interest rate we saw of these particular lenders was probably about 6.75. I think Nicolet Bank, Wisconsin Credit Union both got somewhere roughly in that 6.75 range. I don't think anybody got higher than that, not that I remember noticing. It certainly could have happened, but not that I remember noticing. And we've talked about this in other videos. What's killing interest rates right now is the cost of oil. Cost of a barrel of oil is really affecting the economy. It's affecting inflation, which is affecting these interest rates. Before the war with Iran started, interest rates were below 6. They were down at 6.6, 6.7, depending on the lender. So quite a difference there. So let's take a look at where we were interest rates comparison to a year ago. Like we said earlier, a couple of minutes ago, RCU is at 6.5 today. They were at 6.75 a year ago. So about a quarter percentage point less than we were a year ago. So that's nice. I mean, yeah, we'd like it more, but you know, it's better to be a quarter percent lower than a quarter percent higher. U.S. Bank today is at 6.375. A year ago, they were 6.75. So quite a difference there. Nicolet Bank today, 6.625. They're 6.875 a year ago. Wisconsin Credit Union, 6.625 today. They were at 7 last year. And WIDA, like I said, is at 6.25. This is their first-time buyers program, and they were at 6.75 a year ago. So that's nice. Even though interest rates are up, and you hear about that in the media almost every day. Hey, rates are up, rates are up, rates are up. Once in a while, you hear rates are down. Maybe they took a little drop, but again, we got lower rates than we did a year ago. And if I remember right, we did a video a couple weeks ago. Rates are also lower than they were 2 years ago. So yeah, we'd like them lower, but and hopefully it'll happen soon. But until the war with Iran happens and ends, and even when it ends, I think it's going to take a while because interest rates are like lots of things. They'll go up really fast, but they drop fairly slow, and don't know why. And well, I do, but I'm not going to go into that here. So let's take a look at listings, residential listings. For this information, what we do is we use the multiple listing service out of Eau Claire. Excuse me. The RANWW, the Realtors Association of Northwest Wisconsin. And all of these are residences, homes, no businesses, no parcels of land, anything like that. So you can see that in May, May of this year, just the month that just ended 2 days ago, 720 residential homes were listed for sale. A year ago, in May of 2025, 696. So we are May of 2026 was 3% ahead of last year, which is great because we were way behind at the beginning of this year. So 3% ahead of last year. Let's take a look at month to month. How was May, the month that just ended? How did it compare to April, the previous month, the month earlier, April of 2026? Well, in May, like we said, a minute ago, 720 residences listed for sale. April was only 655. So May beat April by about 10%. So it was nice to see that jump. And it's that time of year where it's supposed to. June should also take a jump. So we'll see what happens. Now let's take a look at closings. Closings are when a property sells, when it legally sells. The buyers go, sign on the dotted line 25, 30 times. They hand over money. Sellers hand over keys. And the buyers are legal owners. That is called a closing. So let's take a look at May of this year, again, the month that just ended, in comparison to a year ago. This May that just ended, 447 properties closed. Last year was quite a bit better. Last year, 484. So you can see we're 7% behind. May of this year for closings was 7% behind last year. Month to month, again, let's take a look at May that just ended to the previous month, April. In May, 447 properties closed. You can see that here, 2026, May, 447 closed. April was 355. So we ended up 26% ahead of April. And again, not surprising. Closings go up from January to February to March to April to May. June, they'll kind of level off. June should still be a little bit higher than May. July will be fairly level, and then unfortunately it'll start to go down again. So let's take a look at, again, let's take a look at May of 2026. In the month of May, residential listing or residential homes that sold through the RANWW, the multiple list of servings out of Eau Claire, 447 properties closed. This stat I track pretty steady, or I watch it really closely. Out of those 447 homes, 89% of them sold at list price, which is 20%. 89, did I say 89%? 89 of those 447 homes sold at list price. Homes that sold above list, 106 of them. 24% of the homes that closed last month sold for above the listing price. If you add those two together, 20 and 24 is 44%. So almost half the homes that closed in May of 2026 sold for list price or above. It actually was 44%. So, but almost half. So pretty interesting. We tell people all the times, the homes that are nice and nice locations and nice homes and in good condition and priced right, or even close to priced right, for the most part are getting accepted offers and selling pretty quickly. Probably my favorite stat of everything that we look at when we do this on a monthly basis is in the month of May of 2026, the cheapest home that sold out of the Eau Claire based MLS sold for $19,000. The most expensive home sold for $2,250,000. So I always think that's kind of interesting. So you can see a lot of stuff happened last month. That's real estate. Lots of stuff happens every single month. So, if you got any questions, please get a hold of us. Let us know how we can help. If you're looking for a real estate need, whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, maybe a combination of the two, and it doesn't have to be a residential home. We also deal with commercial and vacant land and stuff like that. Give us a holler. Feel free to check out our new website, teamcunninghamwi.com. Again, www.teamcunninghamwi.com. Or feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text. My cell phone number is 715-296-7557. If you've not done so, please like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not done so, please subscribe to our channel. It doesn't cost anything. It helps a lot. It helps us a lot. All you can do is look below this video. There should be a lot of times will be the word subscribe. Click on that button. You can subscribe. If you click on the bell, it will alert you every time we come up with a new video. You certainly don't have to do it if you don't want to, but if you want to keep up with our videos, hit that little bell. But again, if you could subscribe to our channel, it would really help. What happens is that the more people subscribe to it, the more people YouTube will send it to, and the more people we can help. Fortunately, we get a lot of good comments. We get kind of some smart aleck comments too, but we get a lot of good comments from people liking the video and the videos that we do and the input, and hopefully you're one of those people that like that. So again, appreciate you taking the time to watch us. Hope you're doing well. Have a great day. Bye now.